Welcome to the weekly, everybody, on EqualizerSoccer.com, presented to you by North American Soccer Network. Today is Monday, May 23rd, here at Salem Stadium. Just wrapped up the Western New York Flash 3-0 win over Magic Jack. If you missed it, you really missed out. It's on Fox Soccer Channel. If you get a chance, go back, watch it. Hopefully you DVR'd it. Great game, 16 shots each for each team. Really great stuff, and really a showcase for the league. Over 8,000 fans here in the stadium just over an hour ago, really pouring out. Obviously, Abby Wambach's homecoming. Real big week in WPS. Obviously, since we last talked to you, women's national team, another big win over Japan, 2-0. But really the story of the week is this game that happened right behind me just recently. Flash versus Magic Jack. 3-0 win. Really wide open game. Magic Jack went for it with the three-back system. They stuck to the 3-4-3, and you know, it definitely produced a very exciting game. Alex Morgan, Marta, and Christine Sinclair up top. Player for player in the back. Tina Ellerson did well to mark Marta. She did give up that PK at the end to Marta, but really did well to mark her the entire game. Marta visibly frustrated all game, and a very good showing there from Ellerson. Unfortunately for Magic Jack, wide open game just didn't play to their favor on the evening. And as expected, I think the Flash were able to put a few goals away on that three-back defense. Here's what Flash head coach Aaran had to say about the match.
That was our intention to go into the game and start well. We did that.
Yeah.
Girls came out firing, which was nice to see. To go up early as we did was really nice. We had a couple of opportunities after that, but we didn't take. A couple of excellent saves there by Hope and goal. Decent first half. It was our intention to play, reasonably direct against their back three. Playing 3-on-3 at the back. I think at times we bypassed the midfield. We could have just, sucked them in, a couple of short passes and then gone long. But for the most part, happy to go in 1-0 at half, and then second half it was a lot better from our end. We played some excellent football and showed what we're really capable of.
And obviously, huge win for Western New York. Stay unbeaten. They only have that one draw with Atlanta that blemishes the record. Magic Jack first loss of the season. Obviously, the battle of the unbeatens here. Really liked a couple of different things from Magic Jack, though. Tina Ellerson, as I mentioned, and I think Sarah Huffman showed some incredible vision throughout the match, pinging balls, really sublime chips on a couple of occasions, and able to whip in some crosses from that left flank. She looked very good. Ella Masser throwing her body around as usual. She looked real good for Magic Jack up top. On Western New York's side, a good showing up top. It was actually more of a midfield battle, really. Marta kept in check pretty much all game. Alex Morgan, not as active as we are used to seeing her. And Christine Sinclair, looked a bit tired, to be honest. I think there were a couple tired legs out there. I think really of note, impressive was in the back. McCall Zerboni at left back, coming off a Player of the Week performance at forward with a couple of great goals. And she comes in at left back, fills in for Ali Riley, who got in late the night before from her New Zealand trip. And McCall Zerboni just has a day. Real well done defending. And right behind her, Ashlyn Harris in net. Great job by her. A couple of big saves to keep that game. At one point 1-0, 2-0. She kept that shutout. With a couple of really good saves. So well done there from Harris. Big win for the Flash. You gotta hope 8,000. You gotta hope that kind of translates not only for the next couple games for Western New York, but really that enough people saw this match on television that it translates for the entire league. So real well done. Great match. If you missed it, you really did miss out. Saturday, Sky Blue FC hosting Atlanta beat. 3-0 win for Sky Blue. One of the better games they've played at home in their entire history. It's been a very rough go at home for them throughout 2009, 2010, and 2011 seems to be a little bit of a different story. Definitely a tough opener, giving up 2 goals there against Philadelphia to draw 2-2, but a great first half from Sky Blue in that game. Really well done from Sky Blue. On Saturday night, Laura Calmari opens the scoring early, then she has to come off minutes later, had a breathing problem, seems to be okay now, but Heather O'Reilly comes in for her, changes that match completely. Her speed, her pace out wide, gave Atlanta all sorts of trouble. O'Reilly gets a goal using that pace in the second half. She beats a hesitant Lipscher, touches it around her, empty net goal. Really well done from her. I think she really changed that match, and I think really Adriana makes Sky Blue a real different team. She's a real technical player. She's not a player that Sky Blue has ever really had in their history, and she really brings a different element to this team that gives them something different going forward. And I think it's going to be something to watch as Adriana gets settled in with her new team. Sky Blue really able to win that midfield too. They played that five-player midfield. Really worked out well against Atlanta, who went with a 4-3-3 on the day. Didn't really work out in the midfield. Lori Kolumny had to come off at halftime with an injury. India Trotter in there and Bethke in there. Just didn't quite work out for Atlanta. Really overmatched in numbers, and really the ball kind of got pinged around in there pretty easily for Sky Blue. So tough go at it for the beat, but now Sky Blue with the win, first win of the season. Atlanta and Sky Blue tied for last place, but I think Sky Blue's feeling a little bit better after that game. And then the other match of the day on Sunday, 6,100 in Boston, another great crowd to follow up on the 8,000 in Rochester. Good day for WPS attendance there, which is a nice sign of life that I know many were looking for. Christine Lilly's jersey retired. Obviously, that's a very historic moment. And then Tasha Kai, goals on this game really close to halftime. Tasha Kai right before halftime. Lauren Cheney responds right after the half. So 1-1 draw. Pretty even match. A lot better than what sounds like it was a lot better than what we saw a couple weeks ago when Philadelphia really had their way with Boston. But Tasha Kai again having another. She gets on the scoreboard again, and she's having a great season right now. To be honest, she's had her critics, but she's a new player under Coach Paul O'Reilly in Philadelphia. So I think that's something to watch. I think that depending on how things work out with national team call-ups, if she keeps up her form, she could be in the mix for the Golden Boot, depending on obviously how much some of these players are missing, how much time they're missing, Sinclair, Marta, and a few others. But Tasha Kai, really one of the better stories of 2011 so far. One of the more unexpected stories, I would say. But again, pretty good weekend. Sky Blue getting a good win. I think for them, solid. The fact that it was entertaining is pretty solid. It's been a while since we've been able to see an enjoyable match from Sky Blue at Rutgers, and I think that sense of relief was really sensed from some of the players after the game. There were smiles, there were laughs. Very happy about it. So, good stuff there. Great stuff here in Rochester. Solid game. I'm sure most of you watching this probably caught it. And, Boston, the 1-1 draw. Historical day with Christine Lilly's jersey getting retired. But all in all, pretty good weekend for WPS. It's late here in Rochester. As you can see, the stadium's emptied out. Solid stadium, solid crowd, and I gotta hit the road. So until next time, I'm Jeff Kassouf. This is the Weekly on EqualizerSoccer.com, presented to you by North American Soccer Network. See you next week.